All right, we're back. Welcome into Cash and Tickets. Look, before I even get started, I was going to apologize for last Saturday morning show. If you watched it, man, I you probably didn't get through much of it. It just was bad. It was rushed. There
Some of my best work.
wasn't a whole lot of feeling good
Nope.
around here.
Don't remember much of it,
It
but
was early. Paul had his sunglasses on. It was probably not the best idea. So anyway, we're going to do better this week because we are in the divisional playoffs, baby, in the NFL. The best weekend in the NFL of all the weekends. This is probably my most favorite weekend in the NFL. So here we are. Cash and Tickets brought to you by Poolside Bets. That is me, Franklin Johnson. To my left, Paul Robertson.
well,
Sidekick, right? Did I get that right?
I'm the
Yeah, you're
sidekick.
just a sidekick.
Poolside
Yeah.
bets and his sidekick.
So we got catch us on Twitter, Poolside Bets, on YouTube at Poolside Bet. And I promise, I know we've talked about it before, but I've got a plan. We're about to hit TikTok. We're gonna put our daily plays out there on. I know some people, especially some of the younger people, they don't give two craps about Twitter and Facebook. I mean, look, it was so bad last Saturday. I forgot to hit tweet to even tweet out the show. So if you saw it on Facebook, congratulations, and please dislike that show. It was horrible. It was really bad.
Okay,
So
move
on this show, hit the like and subscribe, hit the bell so you'll know that we're coming back up again, and we're gonna do better, right, Paul?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
I got a can-do attitude.
sometimes you're just not on your best. You're just not having your best day.
Found enough of this negativity from you. I really have.
See, there you are. That's the Paul I'm looking for. Showing your beautiful eyes and everything this time. Last episode, we couldn't even see your eyeballs. You had the sunglasses on. It was early. We tried to eat breakfast and do a show. Just didn't work out.
Okay.
But here we are, NFL Divisional Playoffs. We got 8 teams left, Paul.
Yeah.
Steelers are not one of them, so go ahead and
You're just really trying to piss me off.
do your morning or whatever it is you got to do, and let's get over it. We're gonna move along, right?
Only thing I'm mourning is they still got that same jackass offensive coordinator they had.
Isn't he
last
fantastic? Don't they like him? What happened? Did Kenny Pickett say,
Name-
"Hey, keep that guy. I love him"?
No, the players want to keep him around. Name one time in the history of football, college, pro, high school, I don't give a shit, where the players liked the coach and kept him around and it worked. Wait.
No.
You can't have the inmates running the freaking asylum.
Well, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I remember one time over there in Oxford, AJ Brown tweeted out the Wolf of Wall Street.
No.
I'm not effing leaving, and then we kept Phil Longo around. And I mean, anyway, he keeps finding jobs. So, but he couldn't find Dawson Knox a touchdown. So explain that to me. The kid's balling out in Buffalo. Couldn't get a touchdown in Oxford.
Couldn't have DK Metcalf run anything but a streak.
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, that was all he could do in college. I mean, my God, just
No
an
ankles.
Absolute.
Couldn't slant. Couldn't curl.
Now he's just a beast in the NFL that can't be guarded. I mean, come on. All right, so let's just get it started, right? You want to jump into the dive into the NFL?
Get it?
Yeah, we got 4 games. Let's talk about them all. So the first game Saturday, tomorrow, or today, because we'll get this out tonight, and whenever you watch it today, tomorrow, Saturday, whenever you're watching this show, because it's we put it out later. We don't do it live. So anyway, first game 3:30 NBC, the Jacksonville Jaguars with an amazing comeback against the Chargers. Thanks, I appreciate that for really taking my ticket down. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate you, Brandon Staley and the San Diego Chargers. But I digress. We'll move right along. The Jags go into Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. This line's -9. It's a big line here in the final 8.
If you like 9, you better go get it.
What are you thinking, Paul?
I think the Chiefs gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I do like the over.
53.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things. It's kind of like the way you think it's gonna happen. Chiefs jump out, and then late the Jaguars might score a couple. Like 40 to 20 something wouldn't be surprising.
I'm just surprised at the lines we have in divisional football weekend. You don't typically see 9 and 7.5. The Eagles right now are sitting at 7.5, and I don't. You don't typically see these big of lines in these games late. So I'm scared to lay 9 with the Chiefs. But boy, what was Trevor Lawrence doing, saying he can't imagine Kansas City being any louder than Jacksonville? Not smart on. I was talking a dude that threw they had 4 turnovers in the first half against the Chargers. He was bad. He was bad.
They're gonna.
I mean, I get he rebounded in the second half, but it was not good early.
They'll have them ready to go, but I mean, eventually, the Chiefs are just gonna start scoring at will. I mean, I don't know how you stop them.
I don't know what. I know you were trying to take a look at some player props here.
Oh, I got one.
What is Travis Kelce at? What is his receiving yards at in this game? Because I don't know how the Jags. I mean, they're not bad on defense, and that's kind of what's kept them in games throughout the year. And so I'd like to know what we got there with Travis Kelce when you get a chance. I know you're sifting through all of that.
All that's nonsense.
But yeah, you know that Patrick's going to be looking for him early and often.
His 78.5.
78.5. I mean, that's a lot for a tight end, but you're talking about the best tight end in the game right now. I don't hate it because he can go for 30 in one play.
This is where I'm at with this. Anything to do with Jerick McKinnon, I would take.
Dude,
I would
any touchdown.
No,
anytime touchdown.
I would do a same game parlay. Anytime touchdown, over receiving yards, over rushing yards, over hot dogs eaten.
I think
whatever. They're not gonna play. They're not gonna play the Paseo or whatever. I can't say
Pacheco or
the
something
rookie.
Like that.
Yeah. They're not gonna play him.
I think he's had a receiving touchdown. Receiving as a running back. Yeah. I think McKinnon's had a receiving touchdown in the last 6 games.
Yeah, he's going to be on the field.
I don't know that it's at least the last 5. It may be the last 6 games. I think he had 2 in the last game.
Yeah, his rush total is 24.5.
Yeah, they don't run him a lot. They run the other kid.
I think
they're going to trust him as the veteran.
I don't think they're going to risk the fumbles and whatnot.
With the rookie?
Yeah, the rookie.
So the other guy's a rookie, right? But
yeah,
he'll
cough it up. You know, I had him in my fantasy team, didn't make playoffs.
Let's not discuss the fantasy if you don't
But
mind.
I do anything to do with Jerick McKinnon, I like that prop. You just throw it at me and I would say yes, bet it.
I love the anytime touchdown because they get inside the red zone. Dude, they dial up a play for him every single time. And he's open every time. It's like, how is defensive not keyed into that?
Yeah. And also, if you're looking – so the way I think the game will go, and this is probably pretty square, but I think the Chiefs will get a big lead and the Jaguars will start slinging around, try to come back, which is fine. Go get you some of that Zay Jones.
That Chiefs defense is not very good.
No,
I'm just gonna say it. I mean that's a lot of points for the Chiefs defense to hold the Jags down. But the Jags are about to go into an environment that they don't know anything about. They're young. They're on the road against the big time Mahomes and Andy Reid's gonna dial up shit. So I it's like games I've talked about in college.
You saw him do the damn ring around the rosy end of
Yeah, right. I mean, what the hell was that?
I would get Zay Jones over 52.5, and I would load up on Jerick McKinnon same game parlay and just cash that song.
You like Zay Jones better than Christian Kirk?
Yeah,
for the Jags there.
I do.
What's the Evan Ingram? He's had a great comeback year this year. Good. Now look, Trevor Lawrence is gonna get his because this is not a great defense. Just like you saw against the Chargers defense did not come out great in the second half. I think they thought they had that game. Trevor's gonna get his throughout the game and probably late. So I don't hate player props on the Jags just because they're chasing points for most of the games. Does that make sense? Like they're chasing, and they're gonna have to chase. I think, like you said, I think they're gonna have to chase.
Yeah, I like Zay Jones and I like Jerick McKinnon and the rest of them. I get like if you wanted to get a Trevor Lawrence completion total because they're gonna throw the ball.
He's gonna chunk it. Yeah, he's gonna chunk it. Oh, I mean, I don't. Travis Etienne's probably going to get his too. What's the rushing yard? I mean, that kid's had a really good year. What's the rushing yards on Travis?
I don't know. Evan Ingram's total receptions are 5.5, so they expect him to have a big game. And that thing is juiced. What's not?
I wish I knew what the Chiefs defense was against tight ends, because if I knew those numbers, like how they did defensively against tight ends, I would really look at Evan Ingram because he's had a big year.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, Zay Jones over 4.5. It's juice minus 145, so it'll probably get there.
I'm too scared of this line. If I bet anything on this line, it's the 53. I'm going over.
I might go get the alternate line.
You're talking about 15? Don't they
Yeah,
move that 6 points
No,
on the alternate, or you can go get them at 12? Can you get them at 12? You can get one at 12, maybe.
Yeah, you can probably.
Uh-oh. People are calling.
Mm,
You need to take that, Paul? Is that important?
no, I don't know.
Maybe work calling.
Hell, who knows? All right, what were you asking me?
Like the first alternate, would it be just 3 points up? Do you get them if you get the Chiefs at minus 12? You like that? You like the Chiefs at 12?
Yeah, I said,
You get plus money there, I'd imagine. Got to, right?
anything over 14, I definitely ain't scared of.
Wow. Okay. You just like this as a blowout.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the shit out of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm on the over. I liked over the 53 because I think the Chiefs are going to probably score at will, and I think the Jags are going to chase plenty of points, and I think they can find those points to get the over. Because like, if you love a blowout, I'm looking at 40-20, and that's the over.
The team total's
is
31.5 for the Chiefs. They might get that at halftime.
also true. So yeah, I love the over here with it sitting at 53. Even if it balloons to 55, 56, I'm not scared of it. With you, like you're not scared of the -9. I'm not scared of the over 53 here.
Bother me one bit.
Anything else you got here? Any other player props you're looking at there with the?
Not with that game. Anything to do with Jarrett McKinnon, and I like Zay Jones totals. If you want to get you some of that anytime pick for Trevor Lawrence, because he's probably going to throw one.
Probably.
And then, I don't know. I wouldn't get too crazy.
How about this? How about do a same game parlay, right? Mm-hmm. Let's take Jarrett McKinnon anytime TD.
All right.
Zay Jones over receiving.
All right.
Trevor Lawrence it may be over one pick after last game, right?
Yeah,
it may be 1.5.
Yeah.
He may have to throw 2. Just check what that Trevor Lawrence is over under for picks. If it's -0.5, I'd take that all day. I think the Chiefs can snag one from Trevor.
I've already moved on to the Eagles Giants.
You've already moved on?
Yeah. If we get a ticket on that, we'll post it though.
That's right. Yeah, I don't hate a same game parlay with some player props there in that game, because I think there's going to be plenty of scoring. So look, hey, a matchup I'm looking forward to watching Saturday night, 7:15 p.m. on the Fox. You got the mighty New York Giants headed to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, and the now apparently, we guess, healthy Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Damn Vegas knows what they're doing, setting that hook right out there. Just hoping you can get out there and bite that son bitch.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great look. I know the Eagles blew them out early, but the Giants literally played nobody in that last game, and the Eagles had Jalen Hurts in there. They probably dialed the offense back. I get that. Yeah. But they didn't want to lose that game because they wanted to keep the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they had to win it because the 49ers won. So the Eagles had to win to keep the number 1 seed. And they barely won that game. The Giants fought all day with backups in that game. You know what this reminds me of? The 2 Super Bowl runs that the Giants had with Eli Manning. Yeah. And I get it. Daniel Jones is not Eli Manning.
I'd take him in the 40-yard dash over Eli Manning.
Oh, absolutely. But does it not kind of remind you of that? The Giants sneak in the playoffs, they get hot, and but I think both you and I both called it. We loved them again. The Vikings were a complete fraud. I mean, that defense was bad.
Primetime Cousins.
And then primetime Kirk, yeah. I don't hate the Giants here getting 7.5 points. I really don't. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. I just think they got enough grit. And I like Brian Daboll. I like the way he coaches.
No.
And Saquon Barkley is that dude. I mean, he can go get it. And Daniel Jones, when he needs to, can go get it with his legs.
Yeah.
Now they're little, as far as wide receiver core, it's not any comparison. I
Man,
mean, who do they have? Who do they have at receiver? I mean, compared to the Eagles, think about it. That's what I'm saying. Comparatively,
I don't see this game. That Adoree Jackson, he's gonna. I don't know who he's gonna cover, but whoever it is, don't take no over on that guy because he's gonna shut that guy
Adoree
down.
can play. He can play. He was with Tennessee, and he just wasn't living up to the hype at Tennessee. And I think once he got out of there, got to the Giants, got humbled a little bit. Coming out early round pick. I think it was a first round pick, I believe. I think he got humbled a little bit, and he's dug in, and he's understood how to play the position.
I'm trying to find the one thing that I kept seeing all week is the 2 rushing totals for the quarterback.
Yeah, what's Jalen Hurts?
His is it's over 50, but I don't know.
I don't hate it though.
I don't know what Daniel Jones's is, but I don't hate either one of them.
If Daniels is anything over 25, I'll take at 25. I'll take the over all day because he's gonna have to move.
Yeah, he'll get out of there.
I mean, but he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to play lights out in this game for them to have a chance to win. But I like them to. I mean, you're talking about. This is to get to the championship game in the NFC. I don't feel comfortable laying 7.5 with the Eagles here. I'll take the Giants plus 7.5.
I do lean to the Giants on that. The line. I think that defensive front of the Giants are going to give them problems.
Like I said, it reminds me of those Giants teams of the past that made the 2 Super Bowls and won them both against the Patriots. They had a really good defense. Eli Manning. He did his thing. He was calm. He was cool.
I don't see a Daniel Jones rushing prop. They may be just off the board.
Well, I wish we could find one. I don't hate anything. Like I said, if it's 25, I'll take the over there. I mean, if it's 30 and plus, you got to think about it. But he's going to move. He's going to have to. Because the Eagles, they got 4 dudes in double digits.
41 and a half.
Well, because they know he's got to go. Like I said, the Eagles lead the league in sacks. Or maybe the Cowboys lead the league. But they got 4 dudes in double-digit sacks for the Eagles. I mean, that's. But I think one of them got hurt. I think one of them's out. He got hurt in second to last game, I believe. I can't remember his name, but pretty sure he got hurt. Anyway, I think so. We're on the same side here. Plus 7.5.
Plus, the Giants were 14-4 to the spread this year.
Yeah, you got to respect that. Like we said before, you got to roll with what's
If you just blindly bet them all year, you made yourself a pretty penny.
Absolutely. And we did not do that week 1. Remember, we were all over the Titans there in the -6.
Boy, that parlay, money line parlay I put together went to shit in the first damn game.
So bad.
You live and learn, baby. That's what you do.
So that ought to be a really good game. I expect A.J. Brown to have a pretty good game for the Eagles. But again, if Adoree Jackson's on him, I don't know if anybody has the bulk to hold AJ or DK Mac. Those 2 receivers are so big bodied, they're hard to shut down. But Adoree did a great job against Justin Jefferson. I don't think he gave a ton there.
And that guy's elite.
And they put him on Devontae Smith. Devontae is not very big. I think he can shut Devontae down, and they can live with whatever AJ does.
Yeah.
Anything else, Paul? I mean, we have plenty of time. You don't have any?
No, I just like to say that hook is just weird. It's just weird. It's almost one of those deals like late in the 4th quarter, they're down 6 and they kick a field goal. They put it to 8 or 9, and you're like sitting there looking like a dummy. But no, I'm going to be pulling for the Giants in that game.
I will too. Don't worry. I'll be pulling for the Giants there too.
Not sure I'll invest heavily.
No, it's a little. I think it's like one of those $50, and watch it go. Just throw it in there and see what happens. Yeah, grab your popcorn, grab your nachos, your cheese dip, or
get you some.
Or if you're like Bodie, you get that big ass bowl of Ponchos dip and some wavy lays and
put
go
it on
to
your finger.
Go to town, baby. Go to town. I probably dive more into player props there as well. probably. I hate that the Daniel Jones is at 40. I should have known it would be that high. That's
They're
tough.
getting the shit. They're betting the shit out of the 2 rushing totals. The thing about
So
it,
they keep going up because people
yeah,
are
if
betting.
Hurts gets out there and he gets banged up,
Bop,
I mean,
pop,
you know,
pop in one play. They won't let him run anymore.
oh
Yeah.
my god,
Yeah.
you know, that's what sucks about anything. I mean, you in basketball prop plays, you got to worry about them getting hurt and foul trouble. You know, so
Absolutely.
you know, anyways,
No doubt.
and then it's juiced to the bejesus on the overs.
Oh, I'm sure. It's
But
like,
but what fun is it to go out there and bet on a player
to
to
not
suck?
get there.
I want him to miss everything.
I mean, people do it. I get it, and they hit and they win. But God, damn, that is so not
Like
so
betting a
not
freaking
fun at all.
You like betting the under. Like who the hell wants to watch a shitty football game?
I should have, and I'm sorry I didn't mention. Look, I know we got 2 New Jersey watchers, listeners, or followers.
Joyzy.
My one of my buddies, his wife, Kate, she's a big Eagles fan, and her father, Bill, and his best
Kate.
friend Jerry, big Eagles fans. Obviously, they're from the area, and they're gonna be heavily invested in that game. Not money wise, but as far as emotionally,
Yeah,
they'll be
listen, I
invested.
hope they win by 7.
Win by 7,
Right,
absolutely. Go win. Go win by 7. You know, I say that it's football though. You know, I got one team I'm rooting for, and I really don't care what the other ones do. I hate to say that, but I mean, on the other games, it's all about money, right? It's just about where the money is, where my money is. That's what
Kind of waiting.
you just letting me go.
Yeah,
Just letting me go.
pull your string there.
Well, good luck to Bill and Jerry and Kate with their Eagles. If you're listening, if you watch, just know that I'm on your side. As long as you don't win by more than 7 at this point. Can you do that? Can you call in some favors or anything? So, anyway, good luck to the Giants and the Eagles in that game. We'll move on to Sunday, right?
Sunday.
All right, they moved everything kind of down. We're not 12 o'clock. We're 2 o'clock CBS.
It's a weird timing, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what they were doing Sunday. I don't know why they didn't keep them at 12 and like 3:30. I mean, what's the point of moving them?
Then they played the first the Monday night playoff game, which was
Whatever.
silly.
I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, Cincinnati Bengals.
Don't like the player prop here.
The hurt Cincinnati Bengals
Yeah,
travel to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
When they played, when the guy got hurt, I was all.
The Bengals were about to rout them.
I had taken on the Bengals. But
I think that game was about to become a rout in favor of the Bengals.
This is not good. I don't know how Burrow's gonna get rid of the football.
The Bills are not very good on defense. They're banged up, but
They don't have to be.
But the Bengals are banged up. Both tackles, right? Both
They got
tackles
3 starting offensive linemen out.
That's brutal. And look, hey, I gotta, when he came into the league, I don't know if I had a small little man crush there on Joe Burrow just because what he did for us in college football. You remember? I mean,
he did make us
Joe
some money.
B.D. Burrow. I mean, we called him that for like 8 consecutive games.
He went out there and made us money, that's for sure.
And so then he hits the NFL and he's great in his rookie year and he gets hurt and then he comes back last year and he makes the Super Bowl and the kid's got all the moxie, all the confidence in the world. I mean, great looking quarterback. I've moved my man crush off of Joe Burrow, but I still think he's a great quarterback and he's going to be great in this league for a long time. I just don't know if he's going to get the protection.
All right, I'm going to get back for a minute because this is something we usually talk about and I hadn't talked about. The under on the Jacksonville Jaguars Kansas City Chiefs game is taking a ton of money.
Why? At 50, I
have no idea.
So we're on the right side though, right? Is the public hammering the under or sharps play?
It's a big number. It's 90-something%
on the under.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see it. Unless they're thinking the Chiefs are going to go out there and win it 27-3 or something like that. Just dial it back. Just a blowout early. And
there's a lot of money coming in on the money line on the Chiefs, and then there's pretty good money coming on the Jaguars on the spread. The Giants-Eagles game is pretty even. A lot of Giants money line, of course, because same reason we were talking about.
I think a lot of that Jags spread money is just simply because we're in the NFL divisional round. And that's just a huge number for a playoff game. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of money coming in. This is weird. So on the total, there's 44% of the money on the over, but 81% of the money bet on the over. So it's not a lot of tickets, but there's a lot of money.
A lot of money. I got you. Yeah.
So that's an indication of sharp movement too.
Yeah,
So
that's
watch.
right.
That's the Giants-Eagles game.
On the over? 48?
It opened at 47.5, moved to 48.5. And you better watch it. If it's that kind of action on it, it's probably going to go up again.
Yeah, you better watch it. I mean, 48 seems like a lot for a Giants-Eagles games, but you know the Eagles can score in bunches. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but that's expecting a blowout, right? I mean, if the Giants have a chance to keep this thing under the number, think about it. If the Giants are going to keep this under the number or have a chance to win, there's no way the total gets to 48. They got to keep this game, both teams, in the low 20s, right? 21-17, 21-18, 24-20.
You get 28-25. I mean, it's not a cover for the Eagles, but it's the over.
It does hit the over. But I don't know that the Giants could get
30-24. What's that get you? Yeah.
But do you think there's going to be that many points scored? The Giants.
Somebody does.
If the Eagles keep,
I don't know. One of them Louis the Lip characters out there in Vegasville.
Here's my thing. If the Eagles get rolling on offense, that just makes their defense better. I don't know if the Giants can catch up. Unless the Giants get out to a lead and the Eagles are catching up, then you've got an over issue.
Yeah, I just know there's some home run hitters on the Giants, man. So
outside of Barkley?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna.
You got Slayton. I mean, what? I mean, can you name other than
Daniel Jones gonna run for 112 yards and 3 touchdowns?
He better. He better. He's gonna have to.
I'm joking. Don't go do that. Don't bet that. I'm kidding. I was having fun. Jeez Louise, why y'all put pressure on me?
You want to get back to the game that we just brought up? I asked you earlier if you had anything left on the Giants. Now you got all the information on the Giants-Eagles game.
Well, the beer's just not getting good.
It's just now tasting good. Yeah. Get this man our interns are so bad.
We don't have any. We had one when you fired her, and then
I did, and then I brought her back, and then she fired herself.
No.
She's like, "I'm done. I'm out.
You
guys are not cool at all. We didn't pay well at all,
at all,
or at all." Also true. So let's get back to this. Is a really, really good game. Bills-Bengals. Do you think Josh Allen is completely healthy? Honest opinion. Do you think the elbow or the whatever the deal was? I think it was elbow issue. Do you think he's completely healthy? Does he look like he's completely healthy in the last 5-6 games?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something off, but
there's something off that he doesn't have the zip.
I don't think they. You
don't think it matters?
I don't think they need him to. He just needs to hold it still.
He's had problems holding onto the ball. Look what the Dolphins just did to him. With Skylar Thompson.
His name's Skylar. What'd you expect? Let's go
out there and work. Now you're going to Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. That's a lot of firepower.
That's a lot of firepower, but you're talking about they better be running 3-yard ends. Like they need just well,
I get what you're saying. The offensive line, yeah, but Joe can do that. He can get it out quick.
Yeah.
What's his rushing total?
He may have to Super Bowl
what's
last
his rushing total?
Shit. Oh my God! If they
hell, they had a chance to win the Super Bowl last year.
No,
look, he got beat up all game. I get it.
Even everybody healthy. Bengals versus the Bills. I like the Bengals.
I do too.
But that's not what we're doing.
3 offensive linemen down. I get it. I know what you're saying. I still am taking the Cincinnati Bengals plus 5.5. The Bills are going to give up too much on defense. They don't have their best pass rusher in Von Miller, so I don't know that they can exploit. They will exploit the bad offensive line at some point. Yes, they will.
No.
Their back end of their defense is beat up. They got guys limping around outside of DeMar Hamlin. Thank God he's okay and he's on the way to recovery.
Be in the stadium, yeah.
I mean, outside of that, they're beat up. And I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins make some plays, and Joe Mixon bust one here or there to help out that pass game. They're going to have, if they come out and can run, if they can establish the run early, the Bills better watch out. Josh Allen better be on his game with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox and crew. Because they don't really have a run game outside of Josh Allen, do they? I mean, Devin Singletary and
it's not much.
the Dalvin Cook's younger. Is it his brother? Is a cousin? James Cook. I think he's a rookie there for Buffalo.
Played at not Florida. Where did he play?
I'm not sure
His
where
brother
the
played
younger
Florida.
Cook played. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm on the Bengals here plus the 5.5. I just think it's kind of probably going to be a shootout. Both teams are going to get their points. Don't hate the over here in this game, even though it's 49. I don't hate it. But again, if the Bills can exploit that bad offensive line, it could be a long day for Joe Burrow and crew.
There's a lot of money coming in on the Bengals money line too at plus 196. That's almost 2-1.
But you know what the Buffalo defense is not? They're not the Baltimore Ravens. They don't have Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith at linebacker, and some of those defensive linemen and the secondary that Baltimore has. I mean, they just don't have that.
Burrow's rushing totals is 11.5.
He may get that on the first series,
He may have
but
to.
he may get enough. Do sacks come into that on quarterbacks? I think it does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So that could be an issue there.
Shit.
Look up some player props. I'll be right back to discuss the highlight game of the weekend.
Nah, I'm gonna stay with this one for a little bit. Yeah, I don't too much like the Bengals-Bills game just because so many people are hurt. I'm not a big fan of betting that game per se. Love the Chiefs. We'll talk about the Cowboys and 49ers here in a minute. I'm telling y'all, go get you some of that Jerick McKinnon action. You'll be happy about it. Plus 5.5 for the Bengals, though. It could be a field goal game, but I don't see that happening. I don't like it.
What do you think about a Joe Mixon anytime touchdown and a Dawson Knox anytime touchdown?
I'm seeing a bunch of mixed stuff on this.
Or
thing.
any touchdown? Did you catch that one? Did you catch that one-handed catch that Dawson Knox had in their first playoff game? What a catch by that kid!
And players to score a touchdown, you can get Joe Mixon at plus, almost even money. It's plus 104. So
I think he'll get in at some point.
Jamar Chase is plus 105. Stephen Diggs is plus 113. Josh Allen's plus 130. I don't hate that.
I don't hate that at all. Especially if they get inside the 5, like first down, inside the 2.
Devin Singletary's plus 150.
I don't
James
like
Cook's
it.
plus 155.
I like James Cook better in the red zone.
Gabe Davis is plus 165. Dawson Knox is plus 205.
Big game Gabe. That kid, that's probably your play right there. Anytime touchdown for Gabe Davis, because he's like, he doesn't do anything but in between the 20s, but the kid catches touchdown passes.
It's plus 165. I mean,
I love that. I love Gabe Davis anytime touchdown at plus 165.
Yeah.
Because he comes up, I mean, my God, last playoffs, all the touchdown passes against the Dolphins last weekend, called a touchdown pass. I don't hate Gabe Davis there at the plus 165, getting really good value there with Gabe.
Let's go back through because I'm curious about the Saquon Barkley stuff.
You want to move back to the Giants and Eagles?
No,
we got
no.
plenty of time. Look, we have plenty of time
That's,
before we get to the big game, man. It's totally fine.
That's the one thing I like about our outfit. We're so organized.
Absolutely organized. So everybody, if you're listening, we're gonna circle back. Paul has found something he liked.
I don't want to look at. Last time they don't have it any time. Where's that at?
You're looking at anytime scores.
Yeah, I don't like the. Yeah, we go. Oh, minus 123, man. You could parlay that in. That's not terrible.
Minus 123 on who?
On Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
A.J. Brown's plus 105. Devontae Smith's plus 114.
You can about account for A.J. breaking something somewhere and taking one in.
No, I'm just curious. I'm going to dial up a bunch of shit, man.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that prop. Like if you took Barkley and A.J.
You can
and
just
put them together.
do a bunch of same game parlays. It just, I mean, you can throw, and those same game parlays are fun because you can throw $25 at them. Those things add up quick.
They do. Absolutely. A little $25 bag of popcorn or dip and chips. Whatever suits your fancy.
All right, Peckerhead, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Number one game of the week, 5:30 on Fox, Sunday night. The Dallas Cowboys head on out to Santa Clara to take on my San Francisco 49ers. The line here is moved to 4. It's moved up. Apparently money's coming in. The line has moved from 3.5 to 4. And look, you just sit back for a second.
No, you go ahead. I'm just going to sit over and drink my beer.
I get it. Everybody thinks the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. Okay. Hey, that's fine. You want to call them America's team because they're blue and white and they got the star? Whatever. That's cool. Hey, I get it. You're a big fan, and there's fans all over the country. There's also fans for the red and gold all over the place. I ran into 19 Cowboy fans today, and I had to pull my shirt up, showing I've been repping. You can't see it on the screen there, but I got my 49ers T-shirt under here. I had to rep it at the boat when I was putting
still going?
Not yet, still putting in my ticket today. I had to show all those Cowboy fans who I was repping. Look, I listened to a podcast today. It's based out of Oxford, Mississippi. It's a good podcast. And if you want to listen to it, it's called McCready and Siskey. I think it's called Make It Rain, but it's the McCready and Siskey show. But they're sponsored by Rain Total Body Fuel. Anyway, it's a pretty good podcast. So I'm just saying they're biased. They're out of Mississippi, right?
Yeah, I'm
so
listening.
they get to this game. They get to the Cowboys 49ers game.
Yeah, big Dak fans.
They literally said one player's name off the 49ers. They said Brock Purdy, and all they said was that he's a rookie. Then I had to listen to 10 damn minutes of how awesome Micah Parsons is. I get it. The kid's good. Do you know who's going to win Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL this year?
Not Micah Parsons?
No. It's number 97 that dresses up in the red and gold, and that boy's name is Nick Bosa. Man, I said boy. I shouldn't have. Good Lord, if I ever met him in person, I said, boy, that'd be bad, wouldn't it?
He'd thump you.
That man sitting over there is bad, okay? He's bad. And he's proved it all year long. So you're going to sit there on a 15-minute rant about Micah Parsons, and now he's going to take over a game? You know that 11 players play on defense, right? You're going to tell me one guy's going to wreck the offense that is the San Francisco 49ers now with Brock and his Purdy out there?
They ain't got nobody blocking, I guess.
They got the best offense, DVOA, in the last 6 games. It's unbelievable. They're scoring over 30 points a game. They just put up, over 40 on the Seattle Seahawks. Just beat them down. I get they were down at halftime. I get it. They were just kind of going through the motions. They came out on fire in the second half and put them away. And look, don't misplace all this giddiness for that. I'm going to be totally where I'll be biting a towel and doing all that shit come 5:30 Sunday afternoon, because if you're not nervous, then you don't feel.
Hey,
you're not invested.
Do you kind of hope it comes down to a field goal?
Hell yeah. Because I trust that. I know who I trust if it comes to a field goal.
That guy, boy.
And they're sticking
what a
with
long
that.
week that jackass today.
All right, so here's my only thing. I get it. We can go back. Both teams are star-studded, right? They both got stars.
Yep.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Say it.
You got the number one defense in the league in interceptions in the 49ers.
All right.
You've got, I don't know how you say, it's not leading the NFL because that's misleading.
Oh, fuck. I got one for you.
Dak Prescott leads the NFL, which is not good, in interceptions thrown.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
He is the worst in the league, and he didn't play like 5 or 6 games, and he still led the league in interceptions.
Oh, man, he completes passes. Just might not be
not
to the right team.
And now you're going up against the number one defense in every statistical category that you can come up
you
with.
You got through that. That's good.
That was good, wasn't it? Did you like that?
That was
You got the
incredible.
defensive player in the year in Nick Bosa. You got a lockdown corner in Charvarius Ward. They only have one really good wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb. He's probably the best wide receiver in the game. I'll give him that. CeeDee Lamb, probably pure hands, route running. CeeDee Lamb is probably the best. I'll still take Debo, but probably the best receiver. I'm trying to give out props. You got a really good guy in Michael Parsons on defense. But let's talk about the Cowboys defense for a minute, going up against the number one offense in the last 7 games. Go look back at the Cowboys' defense over the last 5 or 6 games. They gave up 34 to Gardner Minshew and the Eagles. Okay?
Gardner Minshew can slang it.
The Cowboys have given up 22 touchdowns to wide receivers, leads the league, leads the NFL in giving up touchdowns to wide receivers. You know who beats them the most? Number 2 wide receivers. Okay. So, oh, great. Well, who's your number 2 on San Francisco? Take your pick. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk.
I like Brandon Ayuk.
We can split out George Kittle. Have you seen Christian McCaffrey line up in the slot? You know how terrifying that is? And the one thing Dallas does great is limiting running backs catching the football and limiting tight ends. Okay, we'll just split them out wide. We'll make them wide receivers. Kyle Shanahan he's going to bait them and bait them. Dallas is very aggressive. Their front line is going to come hard up the middle. If we can beat them on the edge, it's going to be a long day. And that's just, I mean, I get it. I'm biased, and I can't see past the red and the gold, but that's just my take. They're going to beat them on the edge. Our number 2, whoever lines up number 2 opposite Trayvon Diggs is going to have a field day. And we can move Debo and Brandon. It doesn't matter. They can go side to side, outside, inside. It doesn't matter who you put in the slot, out, the one X, the Y. It doesn't matter. They all play the same position. Okay? Put Trayvon on who you want. The other guy's going to beat you to death all day. And you got Christian McCaffrey. And Elijah Mitchell in the back. I don't know. So many names. I don't know what to say.
I think you've named them all.
All right. So
you get through it? You done?
I think I'm done. I told you I had a rant, and I was coming hard. It's coming hard.
Apparently so.
So you know where my heart is. It's hard for me to tell you, the people, anybody who's watching, it's hard for me to tell you where to bet because you know where my heart is. Paul can tell you the less.
You can get minus 166 on Dak to throw a pick. I would get on that today.
And think about that. It's minus 166.
It's used to the bejesus, but he's going to throw a pick. It's a half, over a half.
Well, I gave you the stats.
He's
the leading interception thrower and the leading defense in getting interceptions.
There's so much weirdness in just the money movement in this game. All right, so on the over under, okay, on the over, 85% of the tickets taken on the over are on the over. 86% of only 14% of the money's on the over. 15% of the tickets are on the under. 86% of the money's on the under. Weird.
I don't see that.
Weird shit's happening on this game.
I just propped up the 49ers defense, and they're number 1, but they have given up points lately, and I'll tell you why. You want to know why?
Why?
The offense is scoring too damn much and too quickly. We've seen how many times you seen that in college football?
Yeah.
I mean, even Alabama gives up points now.
Yeah.
Because Brock will hit you for a 20, a 30. Now you're in the red zone, and you're scoring quickly. The defense is on the field a lot. Now, our defensive line, we can run 10 people out on the defensive line. I mean, that's no problem. We got 2 of the – I'd put Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, tandem linebackers, top 3 in the league. Yeah. It's hard to beat Baltimore with Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. They probably are number 1. But, but they're going to give up – my point is they're going to give up yards. So if Dallas is going to score. I don't see this under hitting.
Dak's going to throw a pick.
And Dak's going to throw a pick. So we can run up the score, but Dallas still scored. You're talking about 35-20, 35-25.
Yeah. Also, I want y'all to watch too. I mean, if you're looking at these games and you look at some of the stuff we do as far as money goes, a lot of money comes in on Dallas, and that's nothing. That's not new. That's not a telltale nothing. No. It just they're
people with heart, and that's public.
They're a public betted team. They're Americans team, and I know it's funny we all make fun of them and whatnot, but there's a ton of them out there, and they get hammered in the books. So I wouldn't pay a lot of attention to that. What I would say is if you're looking at it and you see. Against the spread, 72% of the money bet on the game is on the Cowboys, and on the money line, 77% of the money's on the Cowboys.
And
the line has dropped a half a point. That lets you know Vegas is like it says 3.5 here.
No, it's 4. I got 4.
They said it went from 4.5. It was 4, and then went to 3.5.
And then I got it at 4.
But still, though, with that much money, you think
it would move more.
But
yeah.
it's not. It's not. So that tells you they're not. They're just like, give me all that silver star money.
Absolutely, yeah. They said give us the Cowboys money because we don't. And look, it's hard. I wish I could do a better job of talking about this game without being in my feels. Tony Pollard is the one person that scares me on Dallas. Yeah, he's really, really good. And CeeDee Lamb. But I think Charvarius Ward can. He's easier to cover than DK Metcalf is what I'm getting at. He's not the bulky, strong wide receiver that DK Metcalf is. And I don't trust the number 2 and the number 3 for the Cowboys. And you watch that with the Commanders. They shut Dak down. I mean, and I heard something today. Dak is on a roll. Really? One game?
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
One game?
Tony Pollard's rushing yard is 46.5.
I think he gets that.
What about Christian McCaffrey, longest reception, over 15.5?
I love that. He's going to have to move. They're going to move. Shanahan's going to move him all over the place. He may split wide on a play. The kid can run wide receiver routes. I mean, talk about the trade of the year. I don't know where we would be without him, honestly. I mean, he came and kind of righted that. He kind of steadied the ship, and then Jimmy Garoppolo goes down, and Purdy comes in, and he's been great. And I know the narrative here is that Brock is a rookie and he's going to have that game, right?
Yeah.
Tell me all the big games that Dak has been great in. Name them. I'll wait.
He's going to throw a pick. I'll give you that.
I mean, we saw this game last year in Dallas, and the 49ers took care of business in Dallas with Jimmy Garoppolo. Now you got a guy that Kyle Shanahan lets it fly. I mean, he trusts him to run that offense.
Tony Pollard did score touchdowns plus 165. I don't think they keep him out of the end zone.
No, he scares me, and they're gonna score. I mean,
Kittle's plus 165 also. That's not.
And
terrible.
He's been Brock's go-to guy when he gets in trouble. He scrambles out. He's looking for Kittle. He's looking for a lot of Brandon Ayuk he's been balling out this year. I think he went over 1,000 yards this year. Having a big year. So if you'd say Debo's our number 1 and Brandon Ayuk is our number 2 and Cowboys struggle, give me Brandon Ayuk all day long.
Yeah, his over is 53.5.
Brandon is? Mm-hmm. He'll have that at halftime.
Kittle's 46.5.
Here's what I heard a couple of times today, and it tickled me. He said, a couple of people said, Dallas struggles on grass. And so everybody said, no, we don't mean like when they're high, not small. It's like they struggle on real turf, like real grass.
I'm struggling real hard. I squint my eyes real close.
Coach, I can't see.
No, I'm looking for the Mar over field goal attempt or makes.
You can't find it.
It can't be found.
Can't be found.
I can. I see Robbie goal.
I see, but no Mar in there.
Not yet. I'm gonna look one more again, see if I can find something.
And here's a telltale sign that I saw when the Cowboys were beating up on the Buccaneers pretty good.
Nothing. They're like he might not even play.
Dak went to the sideline and he's on audio. They got him on audio and they released it. And he's saying, like, go for effing 2.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Because how many times has Mars sat on that sideline and watched that dude shit the bed every freaking Sunday?
But I think the pressure's on Dallas. The pressure's on Dallas. Yeah. I mean, because they can't they won their first road playoff game in I don't know how many years. Congratulations, you beat a 90-year-old team that sucked all year long and that won a shitty conference. I mean, congratulations.
Well...
But anyway, we'll find out. I could eat all my words. I get it. Cowboys are talented.
We're gonna give you the first 20 minutes of the next show to
get it all out. To make a man.
Save.
To get it all out.
Yeah. They got it 24-20, 49ers.
So, Paul, you're biased. You're a Steelers fan. Give me your honest, break it down talent-wise, what you see as far as way both teams are playing right now. How do you see this game playing out?
I think that Dallas has to play a perfect game.
to get it done, to get to win, not the cover, to get the win.
No, I think, but once again, Dak has going to have to play the game of his life, and I just don't see it happen. They got to. He's going to have to run it, throw it, all the good stuff. They got to get Tony Pollard involved. They need to put Ezekiel Elliott, I don't know, in the locker room.
Not playing.
Just
I hope they play. Hey, please, because Ezekiel Elliott's not running on this defense.
And I ain't gonna lie, if I was the Cowboys and I had the thing that they had happen last week, if I got to the 35-yard line and it was 3rd and like 12,
go for it.
I would run Maher out there and make him kick it. Just to get his confidence up.
He's good from long distance is the thing.
They gotta have him.
He's been great from long distance. He sucks inside.
I honestly don't say that. I don't say that for a joke because think about it though. Say if you're a golfer and you got the Yanks, sometimes you just got to get the driver out, let the big dog
and
let him smoke one right and let him
early. Let him hit one early.
Because if you don't. And he's in his head. If you're in your head,
if he's got to hit a big kick late in the 3rd quarter, early 4th quarter, late in the 4th quarter, do you trust him?
I don't think 3 points is going to matter. I think you go get your 3, but I'm saying that just because you didn't go for a 7, I don't think it's going to hurt you here.
Yeah.
But I would let him go out there and kick that damn ball. I know it's the playoffs and I get all that, but I don't think they're going to be able to. Shanahan's going to dial up some shit. It's gonna be a lot of McCaffrey running around.
And here's one thing I did hear. This was
my opinion.
Early soundbite from Jimmy Garoppolo early in the year. Trey Lance goes down, 2nd game of the year, right? Jimmy Garoppolo comes in, they play a game, and after about 2 or 3 games, they got a soundbite with Jimmy G, and he said that me and Kyle are starting to see eye to eye. So here's the thing. Everybody said, well, Jimmy Garoppolo's not a very good quarterback. He's good at what he does. And he doesn't see the game the way Kyle sees it. Kyle calls it one way, but Jimmy doesn't see it. So you saw a lot of checkdowns. You didn't see a lot of deep throws. Jimmy G missed a lot of deep throws. And why isn't Kyle dialing up bigger throws?
Yeah, he didn't.
They didn't see the game the same way. Now Brock comes in, and Brock literally sees the game the way Kyle sees it. Hell, the first 2 throws in the Seattle game were over 20 yards. They're letting it fly. Yeah. And now Kyle is like, holy shit, I've literally can open up my playbook to do whatever I want to do. I can call it the way I want to call it. Again, he could have a rookie game. I get it. I
see this kind of like the Trevor Lawrence deal with Dak because I think that if Cowboys go out there and get a lead, then Cowboys have to make a comeback. And the over-under on the total passing yards for Dak is 250 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't. They're going to have to score. And I think they can score. I just think the 49ers offense is rolling so good right now. Even though the Cowboys are talented on defense, they do have Micah Parsons. They suck at stopping wide receivers from scoring.
Yeah.
They suck at it. There's no two. They lead the NFL in giving up touchdowns to wide receivers. No matter how you want to slice it or dice it, I'm not saying their defense is not talented. They got a really good guy in Trayvon Diggs because he's dialed it back. He's not taking chances like he did last year. Last year, you could beat him on a double move in no time. They got Micah Parsons just flying up the field. So Mike McGlinchey's going to have a big day because they're not going to put Micah Parsons over Trent Williams. Why would you just butt heads with those 2 dudes all day? Dallas isn't that stupid. They're going to put Micah Parsons over Mike McGlinchey. If McGlinchey has an average game, I don't know how the Cowboys stay on the field. I just said that out loud, didn't I? Come Sunday, I'll be like, oh, God, I just hope we win. Just win. 1 point. Doesn't matter. Just win.
This is like...
I don't know how to bet
This is kind of right in our wheelhouse, too, because it was, the biggest game of the year usually was the Cowboys and 49ers.
This is the 9th or 10th time we've played in the playoffs, and they have broken my heart plenty of time. I get it. It was a big win last year to beat the Cowboys, and shout out to my family. I don't think my mom, not even my mom, watches my podcast. But my mom and her whole family are big Cowboy fans, and I hate to break your hearts on Sunday afternoon. Isn't that sad? Your own mom doesn't it? I've even told her about it. It's like, Mom, go out. You can see me right there on the computer. You can see my face and everything.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Dallas Mavericks some more.
Yeah, they love big Mavericks fans, big Cowboys fans, and don't get in a conversation with them because I guarantee you they know more than you. So I just said that right there on the podcast.
She ain't watching Noah.
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
gonna send
watching.
it to her on the Instagram.
But yeah, look, where am I going in this game? All right, this is a betting site.
I thought we were done.
This is a betting site. Where are we going? I'm taking the 49ers minus the 4. I mean, I get it, but that's the only way I can go. I can't. But you have to, if you want to pick, you have to go to Paul here and
I'd hate to see
and ride with
fade. That'd be weird. I've done it because it's just obvious.
But I did it when the 49ers sucked. I get it. Then
shit. Our offense is terrible.
But I can't. It's too important. I don't. If I make a bet here, it's. You know where I'm going. I mean, you don't have to ask. You have to ask Paul what he thinks here. How do you see the game playing out? Let's walk through it. First quarter, through the half.
No, I see it a typical Cowboys fashion. They go out there and Dak throws a couple early picks and 49ers capitalize and
they're chasing.
It ain't gonna be good. And then, Dak gets hot at the end, makes a little bit of whatever, and he gets over his 250. I don't know.
Makes
man.
it close at the end.
Yeah,
I see it close.
No, it's not going to be close. I think it'll be. You want me to throw a score at you?
Yeah, give me a score. I'd like to hear a score.
38-24.
Oh my! Look, just for y'all people out there, just because we're really big friends and this is our thing, Paul would never throw that number out just to satisfy my feelings. He would not. He gives two shits about my feelings when it comes to sports betting. So,
which that would sell over, by the way.
Yeah, it would sell over. That's for sure. So there we are. Do you want to take a quick look at any college basketball tomorrow? You got any thoughts there?
No, right now. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got my green lights up over here, and they're all.
You watching the action over there?
Dope.
Dope. Yeah, we got a little teaser. Oh, not teaser. We got a parlay going out there tonight. A little money line deal.
If you're on our
saw the Twitter, you know where we're on.
Yeah.
They'll turn it around there, Paul. I'm gonna go to the refrigerator.
Everything else is.
You need something?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, we'll go to the refrigerator and we'll dial in this little basketball.
Yeah, water the bar.
Yeah, water the bar.
Yeah, so if you follow us on Twitter, we're on Stonehill -240 tonight, Wagner -200, Sienna -425, and Denver Nuggets -412 parlayed together. Gets you +227. So kind of what we like to do, and you'll see me do this with teasers also. I hit one earlier this week, lost two, went back last night, hit a pretty good one last night, and now we're back at it again. Anything that gets us close to even money, well, it don't have to be even money, right? So it can be -110, something like that, 108. Anything that gets us close to that mark is where we want to be, and with the value. So all they got to do is, if you can get anything where all they have to do is win, and you're on the better team, you're going to end up on the right side of that more times than not. Every now and again, you get upset, whatever. But that's why you try to get that +150, +200. That way you gain some extra bets in there. Be careful. Stay pretty much even keel. Don't get aggressive. Pick a number you like, a unit, whatever you want to call it. $25, stay there. Just because you win 100, don't go bet 100. Lord knows we've done it.
Wait, you mean if I win 100, I can't go bet it right back?
Well, it's
Are you crazy?
But like I said, we say it all the time. Those buildings didn't build them. I mean, they're on hard parlay money.
Yeah, those buildings out there in Vegas were built with cold hard cash, baby.
And let me just say this: I know, $5 ain't nothing. But if you're throwing a $5 bill at a 20-team parlay, and that's your
A 20-team parlay.
That's what we're doing. We're gonna do or let's say a 10-teamer. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't I mean, go buy a damn Coke or something. What are you doing?
Go buy a Coke?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Oh, goodness gracious. Stop it.
I should have known you'd get over and mess something up while I was
Or,
talking.
so can we just talk? Mount St. Mary's is shooting 44% from 3 in the first half. That's not gonna last. Get
That's
out of
pretty
here.
good.
I mean, it's not terrible, is it?
Well, Santa's down 1 at half.
But they're shooting almost 50% from 3. They're shooting 44% from 3. The other team.
And we talked about it earlier. That was the one I wasn't worried about. Well,
Goodness gracious. I mean, this is the way it goes. Yeah. So anyway, moving on.
Yeah, but I see a lot of that. People go to the betting winning or to the kiosk, and they're up there and they just dialing shit up while they're sitting there. That's not the way to do this thing, guys. Just. I mean, you're not going to be right all the time, but at least have a rhyme and reason for where
what
you're
doing.
Your money. You work too hard for your money. Don't just go down there and throw it away.
I mean, if you're going to do this, if you're going to be in the betting game, don't go down there and throw. I mean, yeah, if you don't bet and you want to go down there and you want to, if you're my wife, you want to go down there and you want to throw $10 at a 10-team parlay, okay, all right. But I mean, if this is what you're trying to do, don't sit there at the kiosk and put 20, 25 teams in a money line parlay. I mean, you're not gonna hit. I mean, you hit one in 3 years.
Man, I don't know if this is like this, but we used to have a Kroger here, and the Kroger was notorious for the receipts. Mm-hmm. When you got a receipt from Kroger, that's like, you could go in there and buy a watermelon.
You had all the
and that son of a bitch would be 6 foot long. I'm telling you, I've seen people walk out of the kiosk, and I'm like, y'all gonna need more paper for this son of a bitch. This is ridiculous.
Oh God,
it's pretty bad. But anyway, that's just my opinion, man. Y'all do what you want, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not all about that huge parlay. It's just too hard. It's too hard.
Hell, it's hard to hit too.
It's hard to hit too. That's why you get extra money. That's why Vegas says, yeah, we'll give you plus odds on that. Of course we will. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like teasers and the money line. You're just looking for plus money, but you want to get it to where you have, if you're at a clear favorite and you just throw them together, more times than not you should be okay. But upsets happen. Mm-hmm. But you got to do the research to stay out of the damn.
Well, you have to go look at those games and say, all right, is one. Whoa,
oh, you are killing me.
I'm sorry. They don't hear that on the thing, by the way. So
yeah.
So you go look at the game. So this team is 15-2. The other team is 4-15. All right. Well, one team may be a zone team, and the other team may be a team that shoots the hell out of the 3. Right?
Yeah.
So you got a zone team that's 15-2. They play zone, and you're playing a 4-15 team that can really shoot the 3. They just can't defend well, right? So they get hot from 3 one night, and how do you beat the zone, Paul?
You gotta make the basket.
Well, you shoot it from deep, right?
Yeah, you gotta make it.
So now this 4-15 team is just they're killing this dude's zone because they're making all the 3s, and then what do? They try to change defenses. No. Well, they're not used to playing man-to-man.
Get out of whack.
And now they're getting points in the paint. And now all of a sudden your 4-15 home team is winning by 10 with 2 minutes to go over a minus 900, favorite. I mean, so you got to dive into what kind of defense, how much do they score, how good is their defense. Look at their shooting percentage. If you see something over 47, 48, it's a team that can really put the ball in the hoop. If it's under 40, probably you're talking about Ole Miss and South Carolina and a couple other teams that really can't put the ball in the hoop.
Ole Miss going to mess my teaser up last week.
How'd they go out there and win by 12?
And 11.5. Sorry, bastards. They hate me.
They do. So, yeah, when you're looking at college basketball, number one, home court matters. Home court matters. So a lot of times Paul and I will go out there and we'll look for that slight favorite, 3 to 4 point favorite that's at home, that's playing a team that the styles don't mix, right? You got a team that shoots the 3, but a team that plays really good zone defense, and they can keep them from making those 3s, and they can keep them out of the paint. And so you got to figure out what teams do well against each other and do those styles mix or match. And sometimes you got two teams that, if in a track meet, a lot of times if you got two teams that can really score the basketball. Sometimes you just stay away because you don't know who in a track meet. You don't know. It gets down to the end. Yeah. Two defenses that give up over 74 points a game. That's a hard game to cap because you don't know who's going to score more. Yeah, and that's tough. Especially if the line's anything over 5.
Yeah, I guess the point here is just don't take your money down there and dude, just either. I mean, get on ESPN at least and
at the minimum,
and try to look and see what's going on.
And you say, all right, you find a game you like, type that game into your little Google, and it'll bring up 47 prediction pages that'll tell you what people think. Yep. Right? And it's not, you don't have to go by what they pick at the end. Just read through the stuff because they'll give you which team plays what type of defense, if a team has a hot shooter, if a team is on a streak shooting threes, or if they like to shoot a lot of threes or don't shoot a lot of threes, if they depend on points in the paint, or if they depend on their bench. The articles, the stuff you read will kind of tell you what each team does. It's not so much asking for the prediction at the end. Yeah. You find out what those teams do.
Yeah, just find out what they think. We started when we started this, we went over the whole Louis the Lip deal to where you got the 5-star mega play of the century, blah blah blah. Fuck that, dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, it is what it is, man. Especially if you live where we live, we can't even get on online gambling. We're doing the best we can down here. Eggs, $1,000 a fucking carton. We can't even get gas in the truck. We gotta ride the cow to work. This is bullshit. Bullshit around here. Why they
still walking uphill in the snow?
Yeah, both ways. Yeah, man. Past my parents' house.
Hey, you Mom, too, you're still walking. You're still going. Huh? It's good to see you.
Yeah, Lord. Anyways.
Yeah, I was just kind of scrolling here. I don't
have anything for tomorrow. I mean, I can. Not right now, man. It's going to be a Twitter deal.
I don't hate K-State at home against Texas Tech. K-State's been really good. They're coming off a huge win, though, against Kansas. But that line's only 5.5, which means that the K-State money line is probably not very high. And roll that in with, say, Providence, DePaul visiting Providence, who's been really good. Providence is probably -400, -500. But if you roll K-State and Providence together, two home teams that can get it done, you may get even money there.
What is wrong with Arkansas?
They have not been very good. They got injured early in the year, and they haven't been very good in SEC. I mean, they're got the same record as we do in the SEC, which is. For God's sakes, what the hell is that?
They had to put the one time.
Everybody's had to play Alabama.
Well, you talk about a shitty days when you got to. Well, I'm an Ole Miss fan, so I faded Ole Miss. I'm like, look,
and then they beat you.
They went out there and beat me.
Not cool, Ole Miss, not cool. How dare you? Good Lord. Yeah, the one game we decided. Look, we kept talking about it. It's like today. Paul and I will go over picks all day long. Throughout the day, we'll call. We'll look at them. We'll call. We'll talk. And he'll talk me off one. I'll talk him off one. And here's a prime example. St. Francis, Brooklyn, visiting St. Francis, PA.
Oh, what does that score?
And we both like St. Francis, PA at home. Did. It's like they're the better team. They're going to get it done.
Yeah.
And then we kept looking. And we're like, I just don't know. The style's different. We don't know. St. Francis is beating PA is beating the absolute out of Brooklyn. It's 53-26. And here we are, got to sweat out the Siena game.
We would have been right. What are we doing?
I know, that's what I'm saying. We would have been right. I mean, they're beating the absolute hell.
No.
They're up 29. They're up 29. It's 16 to go in the second half, and we pulled off of that game. Siena takes a 1-point lead in the second half.
No, here we go.
anyway,
Now they're off and running now. Let's go. Let's go
let's
get
go
it.
get them.
Let's get
go
it
get
out of
'em.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at our Twitter tomorrow.
Yeah, look at our
try to
Twitter
do
tomorrow,
something.
and we probably won't have anything early because look, I'm telling you, it took us. How long did it take us today to settle on our picks today? 5 hours.
It was a long.
I mean, you got to do you got to dive into the numbers. You got to look in there. You got to know who does what. It's not just this team's 15-5. This team is 6-10. You don't know what their non-con was. The team that's 6-10 may have played 8 teams in the top 25, and they may be dominating their conference. I mean, we've seen that. I mean, with St. Francis, PA, they had.
And a lot of these teams, it takes coaches a little while to get their lineups right too. So they may start off.
Also,
but,
yeah.
but I mean, once they get their guy in there, they're 5 in there, and then they're off and running.
But especially in these lower conferences, they're the teams that have to go and play the big conferences in non-con.
Fairleigh Dickinson's losing.
And see, that's a game we got off of.
There's only one, but Sacred Heart's on a 10-2 run right now.
Ah, okay. Well, anyway, I mean, but you see what we're saying. Like you got to look at the non-con for some of these low conference teams.
Oh my God, Kent State's beating the shit out of
Yeah,
them
they're
all.
beating the hell out of Kent State. I mean, Kent State. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we're sorry.
We're okay though. We're okay. We're fine. We're fine. What else we got?
I don't know.
Big Grizzlies fans. Grizzlies on 11-0 run. They're going for 12 tonight against the.
Some poor little team out in L.A.
There's a little LA team to play. I think they call it. Is it the Stemple Center or the
That's silly. I don't know what they call it
Stoley
now.
Center or
I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, I think 2 teams play in the same building or something like that.
terrible.
I don't. They're not very good at all.
Nah.
They got this guy named LeBron.
LeBron, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw earlier though you can get the Memphis Grizzlies to win the NBA title at 11-1.
Like that.
I mean, if you got an extra, whatever, $10, throw it at it, get you $110 out of it.
I honestly think their only competition is the Nuggets right now. Boy, how good
They
are
are
they?
good.
How good are they now that the supporting cast around Jokic is actually playing ball?
I know how good. I hope they're going to be here in about an hour.
Well, it's also true because sometimes you're on that team. Yeah. So yeah, we'll dive into college basketball tomorrow, but we'll be tuned into the NFL. Dive into some of those player props like we mentioned before. Take a look at those. So let's run down. Let's just one more time, Paul.
One more game.
Just for kicks and giggles.
Oh, yeah.
Let's run down the NFL slate, and we'll just give our leans on the lines and the over-unders. What do you think? Is that okay?
Go ahead.
All right.
You want me to go?
We'll just go game by game. Yeah, Jags, Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs up to 14. And I like...
I'm on the over here, and that's down to 52.5. I like the over.
Okay. No, I'll go with you. Over.
I like the over there. The late game Saturday is Giants, Eagles. You got 7.5 Philly, and the over-under is 48.
I got to make a pick.
Yeah, waiting on you.
Give me the Giants.
I'm with you. I give it 7.5. I love the Giants. Give me the hook there. These type of games, divisional games in the playoffs, they just don't get away.
I like Jarrett McKinnon in that first game a lot.
Yeah, player prop there, Jarrett McKinnon, whatever his stuff is.
Yeah.
And I love anytime touchdown for Jarrett McKinnon for the Chiefs.
This next one's I don't fucking know.
The Bengals, Bills, I'm taking the over here. I just think there's going to be lots of points. 49. I like the Bengals plus 5.5 and the over 49.
I don't think I think the Bills are going to beat them pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. So we're mixed there on the spread.
I think it's just too much to overcome with the. I mean, it's not like the offensive line got hurt week 2. I mean,
True.
It's
late. It's late. Yeah. So they haven't practiced with these guys. You're right. 5:30 game on Fox. Cowboys, 49ers. You know where I'm going. I'm going to take the 49ers minus the 4. I just think they get it done by more than 4 points. I just think they're up big in the fourth quarter, and Cowboys probably try to make it close, but I think the 49ers stay above the 4 points.
Yeah, me either. I would take the Dak to throw a pick, and then I would take the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Dallas Cowboys 38-24.
I love Brandon Ayuk's receiving total.
Yeah.
I love his. I would take Ayuk over 53 and anytime touchdown. I mean any touch. Right.
They might get that on one play.
Right.
53-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, because they're really, really good for yak, and that's yards after catch.
So I would go Kansas City, New York, Buffalo, San Francisco. If I was going to parlay that mess together, you would go Kansas City. No, you would go over.
Yeah, I'd go over in the Kansas City Jags
You would go
game.
Giants, Cincinnati,
San
Francisco.
Right.
Gotcha.
That would be me.
Right,
Yep.
we're on the record.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are still with us.
And I think we kind of ran that together. So Paul is Chiefs, Giants, Bills, Niners. I am Chiefs, Jags over, Giants plus the points, Bengals plus the points, and laying the points with the 49ers in this divisional round. It should be a lot of fun. Hey, sit back, put the grill on, light up the grill, put anything on there, and you throw hamburgers on there. Speaking of, I got to cook hamburgers tomorrow. My daughter has alerted me that I got to cook hamburgers tomorrow. So, Paul, you're welcome to eat hamburgers with us tomorrow as we watch the finish of the Jags and Chiefs and roll into the Giants Eagles. And it should be a wonderful, fun weekend. And then we'll roll into the championship games and the Super Bowl, and then one of our biggest weekends of the year outside of the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah,
Look forward to March Madness.
Yeah, I need a big Saturday from my boy Willie Z. If you saw my Twitter page,
Yeah, he better get in there and start playing some golf. I don't know what he did today. I hadn't checked it.
He's 69th. He's 600. He's 6 shots back.
So he shot another
No, he's
300
not 6 shot. He's 12 shots back. Who the hell is David Thompson?
I never heard of the guy, but he's out there getting it done. St. Francis, PA is only up 30, if you were wondering. I wasn't sure if
you're just depressing me.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you noticed that. So anyway, look, hey, we're gonna have a plan for TikTok. I've got an intern in the works that I'm not gonna pay at all, but I'm gonna make her do some work for us on the TikTok. If you like that,
It's not the same one we had lined up before.
No, this is a different intern.
Nice.
No, it is the same one. Fuck. For the yeah, but it is the same one. But I'm gonna get her committed to doing that, and we'll start putting our picks out, our daily picks on the TikTok, on the Twitter. So again, follow us. And I don't know what our TikTok handle is. I can't. Is it Poolside Bets?
Yeah.
So Poolside Bets on TikTok. I've never even logged in on it. I have no idea.
She's the only one that has it.
She's the only one that knows how to get on it. So we're going to get that figured out. So look, good luck to all my friends that are Eagles fans, and not good luck to all my friends that are Cowboys fans, obviously. But good luck to you and all your tickets this weekend. We hope you cash all the tickets, just like we hope we're cashing our tickets coming off a big Thursday night. We hope to have a big Friday night. And we'll catch you next week, and we'll recap the divisional week of NFL football, and we'll look forward to championship weekend. So, Poolside Bets. I'm Franklin. That's Paul. And we'll see you next time.